Coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are set to go, and it looks like I need to reset from the previous game as the Rams beat the Bronx 2-1. Now it's time for the girls to play, as it was kind of a rush between games to get things set up. But we're ready to go regardless. So the Frenchtown Bronx and the Breakers of Loyola taking on the boys. From what I was just told, this is the first time that the Frenchtown boys have won, the Loyola boys have won at home against Loyola, or against Frenchtown. Frenchtown dominating all the way through the year. And Loyola getting the upset win tonight over the Bronx. Now it's time for the Breakers to see what they can do to spoil the fun of the Frenchtown Bronx. We'll have more soccer action on Thursday as the Loyola, or as Helena will be at Big Sky to take on the Eagle boys and girls. And then on Friday night, we'll have our first video stream of of Loyola football as Deer Lodge will be in town. Frenchtown to have the ball to start the first half. And our officials checking the sidelines. And there's the whistle to start play. So Frenchtown to control, and we'll see what kind of game this turns out to be. The Breakers coming off of a big win on Saturday over Stevensville, and talking to some of the Frenchtown parents, well, they're a little worried this might be a little bit of a blowout as Lainey Walker is on the run for the Breakers right out of the gate. She's going to set it up for Kopang. Kopang across the top. Kopang with a crack on it, but it's deflected off the shin of a Frenchtown defender. Back to Frenchtown, though, speaking with some of the parents, and they said that Frenchtown girls have not won a game in a couple years. Here's Lainey Walker. Walker on the run, trying to get around the defender. Walker, a freshman. She's going to send it into the box, and that'll be a save and a shot. The keeper for Frenchtown is Michaela Field, and for the Rams, it is Megan Newman. Frenchtown on the push now, on the far side. Pushed up the field. And stride for stride is Grace Daniel. It'll roll over the end line, and we'll have a corner kick. It's the first one of the game, and it'll be in favor of the Frenchtown Bronx. So the Bronx to set it up on the far side. And it looks as though Lauren Demons is going to take the kick. Nope, that is number 3, Maddie Teagle. Teagle with the approach. This one's sent into the box, and Newman is there to poke it away, and Lainey Walker comes up with it. Walker out to the near side to Huffman. Huffman up the sideline, and sent ahead to Kopang, but controlled by Frenchtown's Skylar Wees. And dropped back. And Newman will boot it out. This one's sent ahead. And this is Demons to control for Frenchtown. Off the toe. And trying to chase it down is Craig. It'll be a Frenchtown throw-in in front of their own bench on the far side. Throwing tight down the sideline to Knight. Lindsay Knight will have it off of a Loyola player. And throw in once again by Frenchtown. Throw in. Controlled by Frenchtown. Kicked out, and Emma Daniel with a good boot. Onside is Kopang. Kopang on the run. She's got one flanking her. She's got to wait for the ball. Now Kopang gets around the defender at the top of the box. Defender pushes her off. That is Skylar Wees. And Emma Daniel is going to poke it in there for a shot and a save. So Loyola with the throw in on the far side. It'll be Kopang to take the throw. After she chases the ball down. Clouding up here at Rollin Field, but no moisture expected in the air. Ball on the far side. Walker to take a shot, and that one's going to be wide of the goal for Loyola. So Field to take the goal kick. Sent ahead. Huffman centers it to Kopang, and Walker on the run. She'll send it up to Kopang will send it to Walker. Fighting for it and coming up with it is Demons, sending it ahead. Von Dorstein now trying to center it up to Walker. It'll get by the Frenchtown defender and picked up by Field. Field will roll it out to the near side to Franny Kelly. Cleared out, and here's McKenna Round. McKenna Round with control as a defender. Centers it up to Walker. A whistle. And this will be a Loyola ball. Here's the kick. Sent in. Kopang trying to get a head on it. It's Huffman on the far side. Huffman around the defender, and she'll take a shot. Wide. So we'll have a goal kick. Was a beautiful sunny day, but the clouds have moved in. You know, folks, no matter what it's like outside, it's always nice in Paradise. Paradise Falls, your place to go hang out for NFL and college sports on the weekends. They've got the most TVs, and, well, if you haven't tried their menu, you should. Here's feed to Kopang. Kopang stops it with the left foot. Paradise Falls, proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Here's the drop, and it's sent in. Shot on goal and a save. And this one's cleared out. Switching fields are the Breakers, and Von Dorstein cannot get to it. And Frenchtown to throw in down the near sideline. Huffman to get a foot on it. Emma Daniel is there. Now Huffman on the end line, rolls out, and this will be Frenchtown throw in once again down the near sideline. Von Dorstein will get back. Drops it back in, and running it down is Lizzie Skillman for Frenchtown. Now it's picked up at the feet of Kelly. Kelly for Frenchtown trying to center it up. And coming back is Lainey Walker. Lainey Walker will work it out, and now Lainey Walker's on the run. She's got Craig and Kopang both staying on sides. Fed to Kopang. Kopang on sides. Kopang on the run, and it's ran off and kicked to the near sideline and dies out right on the end line. Throw in very quickly to Walker. Walker into the box, sets it up in the middle, and this one's going to be off the foot. And a corner kick by Loyola. So each side with a corner. This one sent into the box over the goal, and it's Lechner to pick it up on the far side for Loyola. Emma Daniel now at the top corner of the box. She's going to go ahead and send it in high across the front of the box. Lainey Walker's there to chip it on the end line, and Frenchtown will come up with it. Now it's sent ahead, and Frenchtown on the run. Near sideline, trying to get the flick on it, and Huffman will send it out of bounds. Frenchtown with the throw in. Approaching the just about 10 minutes left, or 10 minutes taken away. I'll spit it out. Here's the throw in down the sideline at the feet of Emma Magnuson. Magnuson and Von Dorstein with the foot fight. Excuse me, sorry guys. Tried to get to the volume before that happened, but just didn't. So we'll have a Frenchtown throw in on the near side. Here's the throw in into the box. Von Dorstein with a foot deflected out of bounds off of Huffman, and it will be Frenchtown throw. It'll be Franny Kelly to take the throw. Deep into the box, and Von Dorstein gets a foot on it. McKenna Round clears it out, and Kopang will wait for it. Kopang with a head to Walker. Walker now with a, nope, getting a tap on it is Skylar Wees, and now Emma Daniel will have to fight for it. Frenchtown in control. Von Dorstein now to Walker. Walker will run on it. Walker on the run. She's got Kopang. Kopang on sides, and Kopang now on the run. Kopang by herself, and this one, Kopang will take a shot, and it's in the goal. Sydney Kopang in the 30th minute. She was on sides, so the goal will count. And the Breakers take the lead. Lechner comes out, and that'll bring in Isabella Johnston. Frenchtown to drop it back, switches to the far side. Centered. Now on the run on the far side is Frenchtown. Emma Daniel stepping in and trying to center it is Justine Lachner. And Grace Daniel will come up with it. Grace Daniel working on the far side, sending it up to Johnston. Johnston stops, hesitates. And now controlled by Frenchtown at the feet of Rachel Patch. Frenchtown to throw. Throw in down the near sideline. Chest stall. Trying to control is Lachner for Frenchtown. Centering it up. Coming to the near side. Running on it is Skillman. Dropping it back. Now in control is Kelly. Kelly centers it up, and Newman will run up on it on the bounce. Newman waits for traffic, and the drop kick to Craig. Craig trying to settle it, and it's controlled by Frenchtown. Now drop back to Johnston, and it rolls off her foot out of bounds. And we'll have Frenchtown throw in front of the Loyola bench on the far side. The header to center it Emma Daniel now ahead to Kopang. Kopang lets it roll by. She runs on it. Now Kopang stalls out. Kopang on the run by herself. She's got Magnuson right there on her. Kopang's to center it to Walker, and it's picked up by the Frenchtown defender. That was a good set. Defender running on it in the last second. Frenchtown looking to switch fields, and Von Dorsten steps in front of it and sends it ahead to Walker. Walker now with the push. She's got time and room outside the box. Crosses over on it. Good footwork. Stops, stalls. Now around the defender. Takes a left-footed shot, and it's over. Lenny Walker with a goal in the 27th minute for the Breakers to make it 2-0. So the Breakers take a 2-0 lead over Frenchtown. There's the whistle, and play is back in order. Frenchtown to control. Breakers lead 2-0. Good job by Kelly. Now centers it up. A header, and that settles it down by Dahl. And Emma Daniel will take a poke at it. Now the drop back to Grace Daniel and Dahl. Emma Daniel now turns, sends it ahead to Walker just a little bit too much. Controlled by Kelly. Kelly steps on the ball, falls down, and it's Walker. Walker to send Kopang. Kopang on the run. Two defenders there. Kopang to wait for traffic this time. Centers it to Walker, who has time in the middle of the field. Now to Kopang, splitting the defender. Kopang has it taken away, and Craig will run up on it for Loyola. This one's cleared out to the far side, up the sideline, stays in bounds, and now Frenchtown will push. Lots of room and space for the push. Now crossing over, coming to the center of the field is Lackner. Lackner has it taken away by Walker. Walker to control for the Breakers. Emma Daniel now, and to Johnston. Johnston centers it in the middle of the field, but nobody there. So picked up by Kelly. Kelly to push with room. Von Dorsten puts a foot on it for Loyola. Now to the near side. A foot. Trying to control is Huffman. Drop back, and Von Dorsten will send it to Kopang. Kopang drops it back. Emma Daniel to control. Now it's Walker. Walker on the run. Kopang. Walker with the deflection. And it's fought for and controlled by Frenchtown. Von Dorsten will come in, puts a foot on it, and sends it ahead. Chasing it down is Frenchtown, sending it up the near line. Stays in bounds, and Huffman will have it off the knee, out of bounds. Frenchtown on the throw-in. Here's the throw. Huffman now clears it upfield. Kopang get a foot on it, and now it rolls by. And Frenchtown will have control with Franny Kelly. Sent ahead. Rolling out, and Newman will come up, and she'll put a foot on it to switch fields. Johnston for Loyola tries to get a foot on it. The deflection as Walker tries to send it. Now Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel will send it ahead, and a deflection off the foot. Looked like Teagle over there. And now on the sprint is Lackner. Lackner up the far sideline, hesitates, waiting for room. Now drops back. Johnston is there, and Emma Daniel will come in and put a foot on it, and it's Huffman. Von Dorsten for Loyola. Von Dorsten will work through it, and now it's Huffman to push it forward. Huffman with some time, and now the defender comes on. Across the toes of Walker. Walker in control with one on and one from behind. Now sends it to Kopang. Off the deflection, and Walker will chase it down with a shoulder, controls the ball. Out of bounds, Loyola throw-in. And a substitution, Huffman coming off and Lechner coming in. So Von Dorsten to do the throw. She's going to send it deep for Kopang. A header to flick it back in. And Emma Daniel, no, it's Walker to come up on it. Walker trying to get around the defender. She's going to take a shot, and Walker's shot's going to go in. And the Breakers take a lead 3-0 in the 22nd minute. Walker with 2. So we'll come back out to midfield and reset. Breakers up 3-0 very quickly in the first half. Talking to Frenchtown parents, they said it's been a few years since they have won a game. You know, if you're looking for somebody to help you out with legal matters, well, there's somebody here in Missoula that's been helping out individuals for years. That would be Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959. You can check them out on their website, www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Proud sponsors of sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we get a run on here, taken away by Dahl. And Walker looking to switch fields, coming to the near side. Von Dorsten will push up and Lechner will help out. Lechner to come up and it's sent ahead. There's McKenna Round and Dahl. Now it's a push by Frenchtown. Frenchtown, it's Kelly. Kelly on the run, she's inside the box. Newman will come out. Newman with the save. And it's cleared out as both girls will have to pick themselves up off the ground. It's only the second save of the game for Newman. As we approach the midway mark of the first half. It'll be Von Dorsten with the throw-in down the near sideline. Trying to get it to Kopang, out of bounds. That'll be off of Posh of Frenchtown. Von Dorsten trying to go to Kopang. This time she will get a good throw to Kopang. Whistle, and they're going to say she lifted her back foot. So Frenchtown with the throw on the near sideline. Von Dorsten and Kelly fighting it out. Kelly comes up with it. She's going to stall it out. Emma Daniel now faced by Lechner. And Lechner with the kick out of bounds. Kelly with the throw in. We get a whistle and a substitution standing on the far sideline for Frenchtown. Lizzie Skillman to come off. So the whistle gets us back into play with Lechner to throw. Looks like either trying to get a number on that jersey on the far side. This one's sent in the box. Newman will come up and pick it up on the edge of the keeper box. Waits for traffic to push out. Now the drop kick. And that's number 16, Jocelyn Henson that's come in. Johnston for the Breakers now controlling. Has it poked away by the defender. On the run is Demons. Demons down the far side. She's got Grace Daniel flanking her. She's going to send it into the box. Shot on goal, and that's an easy save for the Breaker keeper. Newman with the drop kick. Craig trying to control. And it's Grace Daniel to come up with it. Daniel with one on from behind. Centers it to Walker. Walker with Kopang. Kopang's got to run up on it. And it's cleared out by Lackner. Lackner on the near side. Puts it in the middle of the field. McKenna Round comes up with it. Switches fields to Grace Daniel. Grace Daniel will chase it down on the far side. Daniel down the sideline. Isabella Johnston centers it to Walker. Walker's got Craig and Kopang. Walker will dribble, feeds it to Kopang. Kopang at the top of the box, settles. She's going to take a shot. It's going to be high over the goal. Sydney Kopang taking a whack. The goal kick by Field of Frenchtown. Up the sideline. And it's Henson for Frenchtown. Centered, Kopang. Huffman is ahead. Craig with it with time. Now sends it to Huffman. Huffman drops it back to Walker. Walker has time and space. Walker trying to feed it to Huffman, who's at the line. And a clear out by Frenchtown. So Johnston to do the throw on the far side. Drops it to Walker. Walker with a good move to control. Drops it back to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten with one on. Stops. Stalls the ball. Now to Kopang. Kopang with one on. And Kopang fighting for it. It's Craig that comes up with it. Now Kopang fighting for it. She'll have a foot on it. Kopang spins. Drops it back. And now it's Walker. Walker on the run. Walker around the corner. Stalls the ball. Sends it to Kopang. Kopang with one touch. Takes a crack and it's over the goal. Just over 15 minutes left in the half. Breakers lead 3-0. Volleyball going on in the RAC, Ram Athletic Center. Lots of action going on. Make sure you stop by MPSN daily, as we have the schedule put up every day for all the sports at the high school level. You can check that out, get out, cheer on our young sports heroes, as this one's kicked out of bounds on the goal kick. Von Dorsten will come up for the throw-in for Loyola. Good throw by Von Dorsten, and the header will send it back out of bounds for another throw. Out of bounds, and we'll have another throw in. This time it'll be Kopang to take it. Taking a moment to fish this one out. Get used to lacrosse in the springtime, where they have balls set up all along the sidelines and the end line for a quick throw in. I forget with soccer they don't have that set up. Here's the throw by Kopang, deep. Tries to center it up, and it's cleared out with the header by Frenchtown. McKenna Round will come up on it. McKenna Round now to push. Round gives it off to Daniel. Daniel has it taken away, but she'll keep fighting away. Now drop back. And to the near side to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten tries to clear it out. And Frenchtown on the run. Chasing it down is Natalie Larson for Frenchtown. Larson between the legs of Emma Daniel. And it's Walker that comes up with it. Walker with space. Feeds it to Daniel. Daniel ahead to Craig. Craig back to Walker. Walker on the run, now ahead. It's Emma Daniel on the run. She's just outside the box. Kopang stays on side. fighting for it, and Walker will chase it down this time. Walker with a stall. And it's sent ahead. Lechner with a toe on it. Frenchtown tries to clear it out, but Lechner is there again. Kopang with a foot, centered, and it's Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel around. Emma Daniel will take a shot on goal. And that'll be wide. Cleared out. It's Huffman on the far side. Drop back to Grace Daniel. Grace Daniel trying to clear it out at midfield. She'll get it around the Frenchtown player. Frenchtown into control. Craig comes in to put a toe on it, trying to clear it from the end line on the far side. Off the leg. And Huffman comes up with it. Centered. Emma Daniel. Daniel switching fields to Lechner. Lechner with a toe, and it's dropped back. Here's Von Dorsten to send it. It's Kopang. Too much for Kopang, so it's cleared back, and McKenna Round will chase it down. McKenna Round down the near side. Defender comes up, and it's off the toe. It'll of a Frenchtown player. It will be a Loyola throw-in. Von Dorsten to take the throw. Good throw. Kopang to control. Stalls the ball around the defender. Actually tries to set it to Walker in the middle of the field, and Frenchtown will clear it back. And Round will kick it out from Newman's hands, and now Round will clear it out. So Frenchtown with the throw-in now. If you're looking to do some investing, well, you should see McKenna Round's dad, Ray Round, at D.A. Davidson, member SIPC. Both Ray Round and Sydney Carlino working to help Missoula with their investments as Emma Daniel sends this one out. Give them a call at 543-8244. Ask for Ray Round or Sydney Carlino, proud sponsors of Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Here's Walker now with the push. And a good stall on the ball by Magnuson. And now Emma Daniel will come up with it. Daniel on the push. She's got one on, and she's tripped up from behind. No whistle. And now we do get the whistle. So Loyola with a free kick. It'll be Lainey Walker to take it for the Breakers. Walker's going to put this one in, and it'll be wide of the goal. Goal kick set for Frenchtown. Here's Field with the kick after the substitution. Down the far sideline. Huffman is there for Loyola. And it's picked up very quickly. Now trying to get it cleared, and Frenchtown trying to work it to the Loyola end of the field. Emma Daniel coming up with it. The little spark plug coming up with it. A good chest stall, but Kopang comes up, sending it to Walker on the near side. Walker has the defender with a toe on it. Walker with a good foot stall. Trying to use her left foot. She's tripped up, and will have a free kick coming to the Breakers once again. Kopang to take the free kick with 8:45 left in the half. Kopang with a little drop. Emma Daniel to send it in, and trying to set the piece up, but was not successful, and Frenchtown will have a drop kick down the near sideline. Kopang fighting for it. She'll just let it stall and blocks it off. Now Von Dorsten trying to go back to Kopang, but right there is Myra Tanner, and Frenchtown will switch fields. It's Grace Daniel on the far side. Grace Daniel up the sideline. Ahead, now Walker on it. Walker with the push. Laney Walker sends it for Kopang. Kopang on the run. She's onside, but Field will come up and beat her there. And the clear out. Huffman with the drop. And it's Huffman on the far side. Huffman with space. Pushes it forward. She's got 4 red jerseys to give it to. Craig off the toe. Emma Daniel comes up with it. Daniel now with 1 on. Now with space. Daniel will make the run. Kopang on the far side. Emma Daniel will take a crack. And that'll be a save for the keeper. Field with the boot. Huffman with the chest stall, but it's controlled by Frenchtown. Emma Magnuson for Frenchtown down the sideline. Chasing it down, and it'll be cleared out by Dahl. Emma Daniel now comes up with it. Daniel on the push. She's got 1 on from behind. Centers it, and a foot by the Frenchtown defender, Lackner. Now it's Walker. Walker with a toe on it, trying to get it across to Lechner. For Loyola, Lechner tries to center it into the box. It's off of the defender. Demons. And we'll have a Frenchtown throw in on the near side. Looks like Kopang to chase it down. To throw it in. Here's the throw by Kopang. Trying to go to Daniel. She gets a head on it. Craig stalls. And Emma Daniel's going to take a whack at it. Easy save for Field. Field with a drop kick. Huffman with a foot on it, and it's centered up. Craig with a foot to settle it down. And kicked out of bounds. We'll have Loyola with the throw in. As they chase the ball down, it's Huffman to throw. Emma Daniel to control. Drop back to Huffman. Huffman looking to drop it. Nope, she's going to fight through it, and it's going to be picked up by Kelly. Kelly with the push on the far side. Grace Daniel with a stick on it, and it's out of bounds. Frenchtown with the throw in with just over 5 minutes left. And substitutions for Frenchtown. Throw in down the far sideline, and Grace Daniel with it out of bounds once again. Smart play using the 12th man down the sideline. It'll be Knight to throw in for the Bronx. And Emma Daniel getting a head on it. We get a whistle as there was offsides, and it'll be Emma Daniel to take the free kick. Daniel sending it to Walker. Walker with 1 on from behind. Gets around the defender. Now Walker on the run. Walker, and she'll be tripped up from behind. This will be a free kick for Loyola. Just under 4 minutes to play. It'll be Emma Daniel to take the free kick just outside the bubble on the Frenchtown half. Daniel sends it to Huffman. Huffman lets it roll by down the far sideline. 3:30 left in the half. Centered. Kopang is there. Kopang turns, right-footed shot, and a good save. Drop kick by Field. And Von Dorsten will settle. Sends it to the middle of the field to Kopang. Kopang with 1 on. Comes to Lechner. Now Lechner trying to feed Kopang, but just ahead. Frenchtown comes up with it. Centering it. And coming up is Walker. Walker now around the white jerseys. Has Kopang in the middle of the field as Walker splits two defenders. Walker outside the box, right foot. She's going to drive it in. Centers it up for Craig, but too hard. And Craig will control. Craig now drops it back to the top of the box. Grace Daniel. Daniel and Frenchtown. Nope, Daniel will come up with it. Turns the corner, and Daniel will take a crack with the right foot. And it'll be a save. And we approach the 2-minute stoppage time. Breakers lead 3-0. Emma Daniel to control. The push by Kelly. Emma Daniel chases her down. Far side, and Emma Daniel will clear it out. And we have officially reached the 2-minute garbage time, as I call it. Where in high school soccer, they stop the clock at 2 minutes, and it comes down to the time the official in the middle of the field has on his watch. Laney Walker with the header to send it back. And Walker to control. Kopang on the run, and this is sent up to Kopang, off the heel of Kopang. Kopang stops and switches fields, and it's picked up by Frenchtown. And Kopang. Kopang now. One on. It is Skillman, and Kopang will get by. She stops. Kopang now with two on. Centers it to Emma Daniel. A little bit too much, and now it's to Craig. Craig's got to put a foot on it. It'll roll out of bounds, and Frenchtown will have the throw-in. We get a whistle, and the official's pointing towards the middle of the field. And we're going to have a free kick for Frenchtown. It looked like maybe we had some offsides going on. So Frenchtown with the free kick. There's the kick. Lechner will pick it up. And it's controlled by Frenchtown. Streaking down the near sideline is Skillman. Centering it to the middle of the field, and Lechner gets a foot on it. Kopang is there. Waits for traffic. Centers it to Daniel, and out ahead to Walker. Walker with one on. It's Demon, and there's Lechner. Lechner, and it's shuffled out of bounds by Skillman. Official checks his watch. We're inside the 2 minutes. Von Dorsten with the throw. And trying to go to Emma Daniel and throws it into a group of white jerseys. Emma Daniel sends it ahead off of Von Dorsten. Walker with a foot on it to the near side, trying to clear out the middle. And it's Lechner off the knee, out of bounds. Frenchtown throw in. And there's a whistle. They say Frenchtown lifted a leg on the throw, so Loyola will have it. Kopang to pick it up. Should have halftime stoppage here soon. Down the sideline to Walker. Walker with the defender on. Going deep into the near sideline. Walker trying to send it, and it is behind the goal. Goal kick. Frenchtown. And the official points to midfield. That's half, folks. So Loyola dominating the first half of play to make it 3-0. We will go to halftime. When we come back, we'll have a little halftime information for you. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
The Round Carlino Investment Planning Group of D.A. Davison & Company is a proud supporter of Loyola Sacred Heart Athletics. D.A. Davison & Company is your hometown investment team. As certified financial planners, Ray Round and Sidney Carlino create smart strategy of wealth planning and investment management. Take advantage of the largest full-service investment firm in the Northwest and Ray and Sidney's experience. Call 543-8244 today. D.A. Davison & Company, member SIPC, the strength of advice.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Lunch and dinner 7 days a week. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we're at halftime between the Frenchtown Broncs and the Loyola Breakers. The boys getting the win over the Frenchtown Broncs 2-1, and that, folks, is the first time that the Rams have won against Frenchtown on Rollin Field, so that's a big win for the boys. We'll have more soccer coming up as we'll have Big Sky hosting Helena on Thursday, and then Friday we'll have Loyola football hosting the Deer Lodge Wardens as I dig it out of my paperwork here. So that'll be a good game. Rams looking to see if they can come back with a win after a tough loss on Friday night. We'll go ahead and step aside for 3 minutes. When we come back, we'll have your halftime stats right here on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Round Carlino Investment Planning Group of D.A. Davison & Company is a proud supporter of Loyola Sacred Heart Athletics. D.A. Davison & Company is your hometown investment team. As certified financial planners, Ray Round and Sidney Carlino create smart strategy of wealth planning and investment management. Take advantage of the largest full-service investment firm in the Northwest and Ray and Sidney's experience. Call 543-8244 today. D.A. Davison & Company, member SIPC, the strength of advice.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
The Round Carlino Investment Planning Group of D.A. Davison & Company is a proud supporter of Loyola Sacred Heart Athletics. D.A. Davison & Company is your hometown investment team. As certified financial planners, Ray Round and Sidney Carlino create smart strategy of wealth planning and investment management. Take advantage of the largest full-service investment firm in the Northwest and Ray and Sidney's experience. Call 543-8244 today. D.A. Davison & Company, member SIPC, the strength of advice.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are at halftime. About 75 seconds back away from play. Had a nice little gift from one of the Frenchtown parents, Trad Richardson. Trad plays baseball for the Missoula Mavericks, so I got to know Mark Richardson, Trad's dad, over the last 2 summers actually. And well, they've got ducks and chickens, and he nicely, graciously brought me some chicken and duck eggs tonight, so we'll enjoy those at halftime break. So I apologize, that's why we had the delay there. But we get into the action here as we're just moments away. Looking at things in the first half, Loyola up 3-0, outshot Frenchtown 13-3. Each team with a corner kick. Field for Frenchtown with 8 saves and Newman with 3. It'd be Sid Kopang in the 30th minute with the first goal. Laney Walker in the 27th and the 22nd minute for the second and third goals. And that's how we got to where we are with today's game. We'll have more soccer action coming up on Thursday as the Big Sky Eagles host the Helena Bengals. Teams on the field set to go. There's the whistle to start play. And it's Loyola to control. Team switching fields, so Loyola going right to left now. And it's Laney Walker to control to feed it to Kopang. Kopang to Emma Daniel. Daniel pokes it ahead, and it's a whiff, and Craig to control for Loyola. Setting it up to Walker, and it's going to be booted out, and McKenna Round to control. Round the far side. Huffman centered. Walker back to Huffman. Huffman down the far sideline, centered to Kopang. It's a deflection, and Field will pick it up. We'll have a drop kick coming by Field. Throw in Loyola. It'll be Von Dorsten. Down the line, and Huffman tries to center it to Walker, but she's got to fight for it. Drops it back, and now Von Dorsten will send it into the box. Picked up and controlled by Demons on the defensive side. Walker and Demons on the far side. Walker with a poke at it, and now it's back, and Huffman will have it touched out of bounds, and this will be Frenchtown with the throw-in. Here's the throw. And we get a whistle and illegal throw, so Loyola to throw it. And it's very quickly put into play. Kopang to chase it down the far sideline. Out of bounds, and Loyola with the throw again. Kopang to control. Good throw by Kopang. Craig tries to put a head on it. It's going to roll across the front of the goal. Lechner is there. Lechner turns. And Lechner with a poke at it, and it's a save. Carly Lechner with the first shot of the game for the Breakers. Walker with a header, and Lechner to chase it down on the near side. Controlled by Knight. Knight for Frenchtown has it poked at by Lechner. Lechner comes up with it. Lechner inside the box. She's going to take a crack with the right foot, but Demon is there. And racing it to the near side with Kopang. Demon clears it out. Chasing it down, switching fields to the far side. It's Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten up the sideline. A foot on it by Frenchtown. Now Von Dorsten fights through. A whistle, out of bounds, and they say Frenchtown throw it. Here's the turn. And the clear out by Loyola. Von Dorsten is there with the pick. Dropping it back, and Huffman will come out of nowhere, and Huffman clears it out on the sideline. And Frenchtown will have to dig the ball out from underneath the trees on the far side. Flanking the far side of Rollin Field is a creek that runs through Missoula. The growth coming in, and favorite time of year is fall. Well, I have two favorite times a year, fall and spring. Spring because everything comes to life and the colors start coming out after all the snow. And fall because I love the fall colors. Frenchtown trying to get the push, and Emma Daniel is just working hard over there. Here's McKenna Round to clear it out, up to Kopang. Kopang sees Walker. She's going to go to Huffman on the far side to work it out of the middle of the field, and Huffman to work it up the sideline now. Huffman on the push in front of the Loyola bench, sent up to Walker. Walker on the run, and Demon will put it out of bounds for a throw-in for Loyola. So Huffman to throw. Gives it to Walker, who drops it back to Huffman. Huffman looking to put it in the box, and it's off the backside of Walker. Huffman puts a foot in there, keeps it on the Loyola or Frenchtown end of the field. Frenchtown clearing it out, but Walker will chase it down, and Walker will go ahead and run it out. Here's the drop. Now Walker centers it, switches fields, and it's Lechner. Lechner has it poked away by Knight. Frenchtown comes up with it, and it's Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel coming to the top of the box. She's going to take a whack. It's high and in the goal. Emma Daniel in the 34th minute. And the Breakers take a 4-0 lead over the Bronx. Emma Daniel coming up with a goal with a chip over the keeper. So Kelly to drop it back. Controlled by Lackner. Lackner in the middle of the field. And Von Dorsten gets a knee on it. Walker comes up with it. Walker around the defender. Out to Huffman on the outside. Huffman around the defender on the far side. She's flanked by Skillman. Huffman trying to settle it. Demon. And it's Craig. Craig with a foot on it. Craig drops it back, and it's Walker. Walker gets around the defender. It's poked away. Far side, Frenchtown looking to clear it out of the box, and they do. This one will roll almost to midfield. Von Dorsten sends it back in. A shoulder by Skylar Weiss. And now Huffman will drop it way back to Von Dorsten. Breakers looking to switch fields, and they do to the near side to Lechner. Lechner will run onto it with Knight there. Knight with a toe on it. And coming up with it is Posh. Posh sends it ahead. And it's Round. McKenna Round to Daniel. Daniel switches fields. Craig with a knee. Trying to control. Craig now dribbling it in. Top of the box. Gives it off to Kopang. Poked away from Kopang, and Frenchtown comes up with it. Here's Emma Daniel. Daniel gives it to Walker. Walker to Craig. Craig has it poked away. Keeps going at the top of the box, and it's at the feet of Weiss. Weiss who clears it out. Now it's a run on the far side. Huffman comes in from behind. Von Dorsten with a foot, and it's Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel up the sideline to Craig. Craig looks to center. Nope, she's going to have it taken away from behind by Weiss. 7.5 minutes gone here at Rollin Field in the second half. Breakers lead 4-0 over Frenchtown. Here's the center to Walker. Walker to Lechner to switch fields. Lechner runs up on it. She's got Kopang in the middle. Lechner's going to come to the near side. Knight with a foot on it. Lechner and Knight. Lechner keeps with it, trying to get a toe on it, and Knight comes up with a little shoulder work going on, and Lechner comes up. She'll kick it out of bounds. Frenchtown on the throw-in in front of us. Here's the throw by Knight. It's Lackner for Frenchtown. Sends it ahead to Kelly. Kelly with a move. Kelly with the run. She's got Myra Tanner there. Tanner will pick it up and come up the near sideline. Tries to feed it to Kelly, but Grace Daniel is there. Tanner's going to come back up with it. Sent to the middle of the field, and Emma Daniel will give it off to Walker. Walker with one on, stride for stride. Now Walker breaks away. Sent ahead to Craig. Craig's going to have to run on it. She's got the speedy Skillman there. Craig and Skillman, and it's poked into the keeper. This will be a goal kick for Frenchtown. More soccer action on Thursday, as we will have the Helena Bengals in town to take on the Big Sky Eagles. First kick is at 3. If you haven't already, stop by the Missoula Prep Sports Network's website and vote on the Prep Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Fuel Fitness. Loyola took last week's as Bridger Daniel, football, and Laney Walker for soccer, both Loyola athletes, won the poll. Frenchtown coming up with it after the throw-in. Kelly working the middle of the field, now sends it ahead. Centering it up. And Emma Daniel will drop it to McKenna Round. Round forward to Laney Walker. Walker on the run. She's got breakers on either side. She's going to go around Demon. Trying to get the pick is Kopang. Walker with a toe shot, and that's a save by Field. Field to clear it out. Down the near sideline, and not able to get it is Pash. So Grace Daniel with the throw-in, comes to Lechner. Lechner picks it up, tries to flick it ahead to Walker, but Frenchtown with a foot on it. It's going to roll down the near sideline, And Grace Daniel will drop it back to Dahl. Dahl switches fields. And a foot by Frenchtown to send it back to the near side, out of bounds, and Loyola will have the throw-in. Just under 30 minutes left to play. Breakers with a 4-0 lead. Here's Huffman. Huffman on the run on the far side. She's going to get around, feeds it ahead to Craig. Too much for Craig, though, and Demon will clear it out. Walker gets a foot on it, but Daniel controls. Walker feeds it ahead, and Huffman will run on it. Craig is there as well. A shoulder by the defender, Weeze, and it's cleared out. Frenchtown looking to get it on the Loyola side of the field once again as Huffman comes up with it. Centers it to Walker. Walker with 2 red jerseys, now 3 red jerseys, one on from behind, and Walker is going to come across the box, uses the left foot, and it's wide of the goal. Substitution coming in for Frenchtown. Jocelyn Henson coming in for Myra Tanner. Field with the kick, and it goes right to her defender. Knight is there. Feeds it ahead, and it's Henson. Henson on the run, but Emma Daniel will poke at it. Daniel now to the near side to Lechner. She's got Kopang in the middle. Not able to get to it quick enough to get it to Kopang. Knight fights through, and now it's Lechner feeding ahead, and it's picked up by Lachner. Lachner will kick it out. It'll be out of bounds. Loyola ball with 27:41 left in the game. And substitution to come in for the Breakers, Isabella Johnston to come in for Giselle Huffman. Grace Daniel to throw in to Walker. Walker turns the corner, splits the defenders to Johnston, but Johnston cannot get there, and it's Skillman to pick it up. Craig is there now. It's pushed back into the box of Frenchtown. Magnuson, controlling it for the Bronx. Up the sideline. Von Dorsten is there for Loyola. Von Dorsten with a foot, trying to center it, and Lenny Walker will come up with it for the Breakers. To the near side, Kopang. Kopang with time, now gives it off to Johnston. Johnston with one on, has it taken away, and it's Frenchtown on the push to the opposite direction. Here's the stop by Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten has been a very impressive defender this year. It seems like these Breakers gain more and more confidence with every game played, regardless of the outcome. Here's Lechner stepping up on Knight, and Knight will kick it out of bounds. Kopang to throw in. Goes to Emma Daniel. Daniel will settle the ball. Switches fields, and it's picked off. Daniel is there again. Daniel has just become a little rhinoceros. I mean, when I first saw her freshman year playing basketball for the Breakers, a little bit timid. Then last year she comes out, and I see her on the soccer field, and she's bulldozing players over with more confidence as it's run down the far sideline, and Von Dorsten kicks it out. And then during the basketball season there, she takes another step and plays tough through. And now with another progression during the soccer season. So the little lady has really been impressive and has been a hard-nosed athlete for the Breakers. It's been a lot of fun. You know, that's the best part of what I do, is watching these young men and women, young boys and girls, however you want to phrase it, developing and maturing. As Frenchtown to control, and here comes Walker with it with a good spin, and Walker with time and space. She'll be picked up by Demon. Walker comes to the near side, feeds it to Kopang. Kopang with the step onside. Kopang by herself with one on from behind. Kopang will take the shot, and it's in. Sydney Kopang in the 24th minute. And the Breakers take a 5-0 lead over the Bronx. And we'll reset at midfield. And Huffman to come in and Lechner to have a breather on the bench for the Breakers. Breakers played with 11 solid on Saturday against Stevensville. And at certain points in the game, they only played with 10. Because of the heat, some of the girls getting dehydrated and needing a little bit of a breath. Here's Walker on the far side to take it away. Walker to push it up the far sideline. Walker now into the box, one on. She's going to take a long shot, and it's in! Lenny Walker with the hat trick as she picks up the goal in the 23rd minute to make it 6-0 Breakers. And one of Missoula's sports heroes here checking out the game in Kylie Froelich. Froelich graduated from Sentinel last year, played volleyball and basketball. Over at the U of M now. As we get a substitution. Lindsay McGowan to come in for the Bronx, and Rachel Pash off. Kelly drops it back. Lackman to control. Fed ahead and controlled by Demon. Demon's going to go ahead and take a push on as McGowan drops back to the defensive side. McGowan pushing it up, and now it's on the far side at the feet of Lackner. And Walker tries to get a foot on it. Henson is there. And Grace Daniel will feed it ahead. This will be picked up by Knight. Knight will have it roll out of bounds. Header by Lackner. Lackner now with a foot on it to feed it ahead, and it's actually number 8, Magnuson, down the far sideline for the Bronx, with Isabella Johnston and Von Dorstein there. Von Dorstein with a foot on it, and Von Dorstein will get around the Frenchtown Bronx, pushes it up the far sideline, stalls the ball, trying to cross over. It's off the foot of Kelly. And this will be a Loyola throw-in on the far side. 21.5 minutes left. Loyola controlling 6-0. And we got a whistle as now Lechner to come in. Johnston to go out for the Bronx. Lackner to have a seat, and Pash will come back in. Here's a throw-in by Von Dorsten. Walker will pick it up, flanked by Lackner. Walker and Lackner, stride for stride, fed ahead. Here's Huffman. She's got Knight. Gives it off to Kopang. Kopang feeds it ahead to Huffman. Huffman trying to outstride Knight, and Knight will win the battle. Huffman is right there, though. Knight goes down. Huffman with a little footwork. Needing some help. Trying to go to Craig, and now Huffman will have it over the defender. Around, and Craig is there, but it's punched out. Craig once again, and this one will roll. Chasing it down on the end line is Craig. And Lechner will come up with it. Trying to center it up, and it's McGowan to come up with it for Frenchtown to clear it out. Emma Daniel from behind. One on, Craig in the box, trying to circle around, drops it back. Loyola needs to switch fields. A lot of traffic. A lot of congestion on the other side of the field. We got Huffman and Kopang standing by themselves on the near side. That's open shots right there. McKenna Round with a head on it. Round with a shoulder. Punched ahead, and Walker will drop it back to Newman. 20 minutes left. Halfway through the last half of the game as Emma Daniel feeds this one ahead to Craig. Craig drops it back, and she's got to chase it back down. Now Emma Daniel feeds it to Lechner on the far side. And controlled by Frenchtown. It's McGowan. McGowan feeds it ahead, and there's Von Dorsten. Emma Daniel to Lechner. Lechner's got to chase it down, and it's picked up by McGowan for Frenchtown. Off the head of Emma Daniel. And Frenchtown looking to switch fields. It's Wies. She'll feed it down the sideline, and Von Dorsten will be out of bounds. Frenchtown on the throw-in. Frenchtown in control. Bringing it up. Now, Round breaks it away, and it's Kopang. Kopang feeds it ahead. Walker on the run. She's got one on. Walker picks it up outside the box. The keeper comes out. Walker with a foot on it. A good save. Knight comes up with it, but Walker gets it back. Walker turns. She chips it, and it's off the crossbar out of bounds. So Field with the goal kick. Craig tried to get ahead on it, but it'll be chased down by Walker. Walker drops it back to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten has it poked away by Magnuson. Magnuson streaking down the far sideline with Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten gets a foot on it. And now it's Kelly to come up with it for Frenchtown. Kelly turns the corner. And Emma Daniel is there. Emma Daniel, the fearless one. Pushed ahead. It's Grace Daniel. I just saw Gabe Lowe, so I almost said Gabe Lowe. Bram soccer players here to support the Breakers. McGowan gets a foot on it to get it away from Von Dorsten. And now Magnuson with the push. Emma Daniel is there, gets around Daniel, and it's McKenna Round to come up with it. Round to punch it ahead, and Walker will stall it. Walker now on the push. She's got one on from behind. Walker to make it around. She's got Kopang there to help her out. Switching fields, now it's sent to Craig. Booting it out is Skillman, and Emma Daniel will pick it up. Daniel now to push in. Daniel with a goal on the game. She's outside the box. She'll feed it ahead to the far side to Lechner. Lechner centers it up. Craig tries to get there, and it's going to be over the end line. And we'll have a Breaker corner kick. That'll be the first corner of the game for the Breakers. And it'll be Walker taking the corner on the far side. Here's Walker sending it into the box. Huffman tried to put a head on there, and Emma Daniel will chase it down inside the box. Brings it out, turns the corner, trying to center it up. Kelly's there to put a foot on it, and it's Lechner to come up with it. Lechner, the deflection, and it's Wies for Frenchtown. Wies trying to clear it out, and it's Walker. Walker gets a poke on it. Walker on the defender. She's got Huffman, and Craig will take a shot. That one's off the crossbar. Deflection, and it's cleared out. Loyola with the throw-in on the far side at 16 minutes. Goes to Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel feeds it ahead. Daniel gets the reflection. Now a good foot move to spin out. Trying to feed it ahead to Kopang, but just a little bit too much. Von Dorsten will come up with it. Von Dorsten with a good stall with her foot. Drops it back, and now Dahl. And it's Grace Daniel. Emma Daniel in the middle of the field. Drops, turns. McKenna Round at midfield. Sent in, and Huffman to control. Tried to drop it back to Kopang. Kopang drops. Now it's Huffman, and Knight will boot it out. Kopang is there to fight for it. Kopang with a foot to keep a hold of it. Drops it back, and it's Grace Daniel. Grace Daniel sends it down the near sideline. It's Huffman. Huffman on the push. Here's Lachner, and Lachner will kick it out of bounds. It'll be a Loyola throw-in on the near sideline. Here's Kopang to throw. Coming in to put a knee on it is Natalie Larson. And Kopang to throw in. It'll be a throw in right off of the corner box Kopang with a good throw. Huffman lets it go by. A header by Wise, and this one will go out of bounds. A corner on the near side for the Breakers. Kopang to take it. Kopang sets the ball on the end line arc. The approach, right-footed boot sent in, and it's Lechner with a high pitch, and it's going to go in! Colin Lechner in the 13th minute scores the goal for the Breakers to make it 7-0. And that would be Liam Lechner's little sister. Liam was just walking by here as his sister put that one in the back of the goal. And the Breakers lead 7-0 with 13:25 left in the game. So Frenchtown drops it back. And to the near side, trying to control it, it goes out of bounds, and Loyola will have the throw in. Huffman throws it in right away to Kopang. At the feet of Kopang, centers it to Walker. Walker with a little footwork. And now it's ahead to Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel sends it, and Isabella Johnston will chase it down for the Breakers. Johnston on it. And it's cleared out by Frenchtown. Here comes McKenna Round to chase it down. McKenna Round is there, battling with Magnuson. Magnuson gets a round. Frenchtown on the run, and Von Dorsten says, no, we'll stop it right there, and kicks it out of bounds. Breakers with a commanding 7-0 lead, 7-0, as they say in soccer, over the Frenchtown Bronx. Here's the throw. Kelly to control, and Emma Daniel will come up with it. Kelly chases it down. It's Walker chasing it down with Kelly, pushes it ahead to Huffman, and it's Kopang. Kopang, she pushes it ahead, sends Huffman. It's Knight and Huffman. Huffman and Knight chase it down, and Knight will kick it out of bounds. It'll be a Breaker throw in. Kopang to track it down. This is perfect soccer weather, folks. It's a little cloudy, no rain, slight bit of a breeze. Doesn't get any better than that. Here's the throw to the middle of the field, and a header by Huffman out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick. Nice try by Huffman. Kopang with a good throw to center it up. So Field with the goal kick. She's going to go ahead and bring it short to Knight, and that's a mistake because Kopang is there. Kopang centering it up for Craig, and Craig with a shot. It'll be wide. Got to get your head down on those. Kind of tough, though, when the ball's on the roll like that. And Field will have the goal kick. She's going to go ahead and drop it to the far side to Skillman. Skillman has it taken away by Craig. We get a whistle. And this is going to be a free kick for Frenchtown as Craig was... Nope, they're going to say goal kick. So Field to make the attempt once again. Here's the kick. And it'll be Walker to come up on it. Walker to push outside the box. She's going to get by the defender. Walker, one more defender to beat. Centers it. Craig turns. Craig with a shot. It's blocked by Knight. And here comes Kopang. Kopang inside the box. Goes to Craig. Craig tries to center it to Kopang, but it comes up to Frenchtown. Now Walker drops it back out to Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel hit one in Stevensville from out there last week on Saturday. Now it's Johnson. Johnson sends it in. A header to get it out for Frenchtown. Emma Daniel sends it back in, and Frenchtown clears it out of the box. It's Von Dorsten fighting for it. And Emma Daniel will put a foot in there, but Kelly to control. Now it's Walker. Kelly still comes up with it. Crosses over on Emma Daniel. Kelly. Daniel gets a foot on it to stop the stream, and it's down the far side. And Frenchtown will have the throw-in on the far sideline. Just over 9 minutes left. Emma Daniel trying to take it away, fighting for it, and she does. Now it's cleared out. Emma Daniel clears it out now down the sideline, and Frenchtown will have the throw-in in front of their bench. Clock ticks away to 8 minutes. Walker comes up with it on the throw-in. Walker flanked by Frenchtown. Craig's got to run up on it, and Lackner is there first, but Craig will come up with control. Craig trying to center it, and Lackner comes up with it. Lackner on the push, and here's Johnston. Sends it into the box. Crowd wanted a handball, but it was inadvertent, so no whistle. And Johnston to throw in on the far side. She'll try to get it to Walker. Demon is there. Johnston now with a high boot, trying to send it in. And it comes up. Frenchtown clears it out. And Kelly comes up with it. Here comes Walker with speed from behind. And she'll kick it out of bounds to slow down the attack. Kelly to throw in on the far sideline for Frenchtown. Here's the throw. Von Dorsten out of bounds, and this one should be a Loyola throw, and it is. Von Dorsten will chase it down before it goes underneath the trees along the creek. We'll have more soccer action on Thursday, as we'll have the Helena Bengals taking on the Big Sky Eagles. Boys and girls. First game is at 3 at Big Sky High School. And then Friday night, it'll be Friday Night Lights with the Loyola Rams as they host the Deer Lodge Wardens. There's Demon getting around Emma Daniel. She'll send it in on the far side, and Newman's going to go ahead and let it roll. No, she's going to put a boot on it. Sends it back upfield. There's Walker. Walker stalls at midfield, waits for traffic. Now she's going to send it to the near side. Knight with a good move to step in front of Kopang. And it's Demon to come up with it. Kopang and Demon. Kopang comes up with a stop. And here's Huffman down the near sideline. Huffman flanked by Demon. Huffman making her way to the box. Huffman now taking a shot, and it's deflected off of the defender. And we'll have a substitution for Frenchtown. So Field with the goal kick at just over 6 minutes. And now it's Huffman. Huffman feeds it to Kopang down the near sideline. Kopang centers it to Walker. Walker with a foot and a spin. Walker trying to feed it. Now it's a shot on goal, and it's wide. Nice job by Craig. And we just went under 6 minutes. Field to take the kick. And it's Demon. Demon with flanked by Kopang, sends it, but it's Von Dorsten at midfield. Von Dorsten fighting with Magnuson, and it's Emma Daniel that comes up with it. Daniel to push. Lackner with a foot, but Daniel gets by. Now it is Wise on the far side. Up the sideline is Wise, trying to push it. Everything congested on that side, but Wise is pushing forward. Now Von Dorsten will pick her up as she approaches the box. Takes a moment with time. Gets around Von Dorsten. Here's Wise, and we'll have a corner for Frenchtown on the far side, and this is a great opportunity for the Bronx to get into it. The set pieces, such a key part of the game. When I say a set piece, Well, that means when the offense sets the ball up, doesn't even have to be on a corner kick, it's just a matter of setting the ball up and sending it into the box for an opportunity for a header. Here's the approach, and Lackner will send it in. Walker gets a head on it to clear it to the other side of the box, and now Emma Daniel will kick it out. It's down the near sideline. Huffman tries to get to it. Huffman and Knight. Knight is there. Huffman around Knight, and Kopang comes up with it. Kopang with space sends it ahead to Walker. Walker's onside. She's got the run, and she's got the step. Walker with the push. Sends it ahead to Craig. Craig with a run. Onside. Craig with a left foot. Trying to set it up, and just wide. The entire Ramilly took a deep breath as Craig made the approach. And we'll have a goal kick. No, they're going to call this one a corner kick. So Walker to set up with the corner on the far side. She's going to send it in, and this one's going to be off Demon. Kopang will pick up the garbage on the near side. And Emma Daniel, the header. Kopang lets it settle, sends it back in, and this one's off Demon, out of bounds, and we'll have another corner for Loyola on the near side as we just go under 3 minutes. So the Breakers working on a shutout here. Kopang sends it into the box. Demon lets it go by, and it's in. It's Lainey Walker with her 4th goal in the 2nd minute. So we approach the 2-minute garbage time. The clock will stop, and it'll be up to the official to call the time at midfield. There's this whistle to start play. Frenchtown to send it in. Inside the 2 minutes, rolls out, and Grace Daniel will have the throw-in. Controlled by Pash. And Von Dorsten sends it ahead to Craig. Craig tries to get a foot on it. Now she will. And it's poked away by Skillman of Frenchtown. So it'll be Von Dorsten to have the kick. High throw, I should say, throw in. High throw, Walker gets a shoulder on it, but controlled. And sent back in. It's Craig. Craig down the far side. Demon gets a foot on it, and it'll be a Breaker throw in on the far side. Waiting on the official now for game stoppage. Loyola Athletic Director Mac Roach showing off his arm. Former quarterback for Carroll College. This one's off the crossbar. They're going to say out of bounds as it hit the football crossbar. But Mac Roach, the athletic director here at Loyola, accomplished quarterback, played for Carroll, started for Carroll. Here's Field with the goal kick. And Kopang gets a foot on it. It'll be out of bounds off of Kopang, and Knight will throw it in. Official checks his watch. Walker will pick it up. Walker drops it back. And it's Grace Daniel now. Grace has it kicked away, and Loyola will clear it to the far side. Von Dorsten with the spin. and sent up the far sideline. Controlled by Frenchtown. And here's Walker. Walker on the push. Walker with one on. Sends it ahead. It's Craig. Craig on the run. She's outside the box with one defender. Takes a shot, and it'll be an easy save for Field. Official checks his watch, and there's the whistle to call the game. The Loyola Breakers get the win 8-0 over Frenchtown. 8-0. So back-to-back wins for the Loyola Breakers. Frenchtown, or the boys, getting a win today. So 2-0 for Loyola against Frenchtown. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and enjoying the game. We'll see you on Thursday night as Big Sky will host Helena. Have a great evening, folks, and we'll talk to you on Thursday.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well,